This is the art of shingle making. Shingles are wooden tiles for roof coverings. We're using here English oak. Firstly, we start off with the oak rounds that you can see here, and these are split out with a splitting axe. So what I'll do now is I'll just demonstrate how I split them out with this tool which is called a froe. I use a copperhide mallet to split them out. And the important thing is that we used really clean, straight grained oak. You can see here we've got the pale coloured sapwood and the darker brown heartwood, and this is the material we use for the shingle because this is very durable and it will last up to 70 to 80 years untreated, and that's down to the fact it's full of tannic acid, full of tannin, and it's naturally very durable. So I'm now going to remove that. So now I'm going to put this into the cleaving brake, and I should hopefully get 3 to 4 shingles out of that. So I just start in the middle of the piece of wood, and you can see I've started the split, and using the brake and the froe I can, to a degree, determine the way the split runs, hopefully down the middle, and I do that by applying pressure to either side. You can see it's kind of running out to your left, so if I put pressure on the fatter side I can correct that direction of that split. You see the split coming back in towards me. A bit too much there, so I put pressure on the other side. And you can see that's been split in half. Now I should be able to get 2 out of each piece. Same process again. And it produces this lovely sound, the cleaving sound. Hear the fibres passing. And there you go. That's about the right size.
Okay, this is the next stage. When you've got the shingle like that, you want to dress it and put a taper on it. But first you've got to decide which way it's cupped, because if you look at that, it's doing that slightly, and you want that to be the bottom, because as the sunlight hits it, it's going to dry the top quicker and cause it to cup upwards, so that will straighten out then. So that's the bottom. And use your draw knife just to flatten it off. When the bottom of it's quite flat, you turn it over and decide which end is the thicker end. You want the thickest end to be the bottom. That's slightly thicker there, so that's the bottom. And then you dress the top 2/3 of it so that the next course will sit on top of it and not stick up too much. And then you're left with about 1/8 of an inch there thickness. And that bit's left cleft so it lasts longer. Then the final process is just to put a little edge on it to just allow the drips to run off.
Hello there, I'm here to do the final process, and my job is just dressing the sides down nice and neatly so they fit together on the roof. We won't get it perfectly done at this point, we'll just get it as nice as we can, and when we get them on the roof we'll have a little special shingling hammer, so when we hammer them in we've got another little axe on the back to do them much more accurately so they fit really close together. But basically I'll just work my way up looking down the line of it, so I'll be kind of looking down like that and just getting it as straight as I can get it. Luckily this one's pretty straight already, so it doesn't need too much work doing at all. The other thing you've got to look out for, which again this one's, is trying to keep it, as well as being straight, they've got to be parallel. And I think that's pretty much this one finished. We also do build the frames that the shingles go on, medieval oak frames, and we try and build these all from local wood, doing it as traditionally as we can. And we also do other jobs mentioned on this little poster here of hedge laying, hurdle making, and a variety of different coppicing crafts. We try and source the wood ourselves. We have a few little coppicers that we cut on a steady 7-year cycle. I got into coppicing through a place called the Greenwood Centre, and have since, me and the chap that was on camera a moment ago are apprentices through Bill Hogarth Memorial Trust and the Greenwood Centre combined scheme.
Okay, so the fixing of the shingles, what we do, you can just about see here the roofing battens, and you start, the shingle is fixed here with a stainless annular ring shank nail. And the reason we use stainless steel is because of the reaction with the tannic acid in the nail. If we use just steel nails, they'd rust. The shingles, cleft oak lasts about 80 years, 75, 80 years they say. Bosham Church down at Chichester Harbour, that was re-shingled in I think it's about 1903, the beginning of the 20th century, and they had to be replaced in, I think it was 1978, so that's a good 75 years. And for that church spire at Bosham they used 28,000 cleft oak shingles, and they were all on average 4 inches wide, 12 inches foot long, and they used 28,000, and that's quite a few oak butts. Now, we said earlier we were using 15-inch lengths. On average we get 40 to 50 shingles out of a round. So you can do your arithmetic and work out how many rounds you need to cover Bosham Church, quite a few. I reckon about 50 to 60 oak butts. Oak shingles, we charge £70 a square metre. I think that's quite good value for money, seeing as they last 70 to 80 years.